Hey guys, welcome to the SpitFyre Podcast. This is Bee Yelo, and this is our first episode. We're gonna go through and acknowledge the rest of the class now.
Oh, okay.
Acknowledge is crazy.
Go ahead, Robbiey.
I'm Robbiey. I'm the Leo.
Zai, I am the first and primary Aries.
And my name's Akii. I'm your new favorite Sagittarius. And it's a SpitFyre.
Huck Tui.
Not that.
Too.
Well, gentlemen.
Okay. Well, so we decided to do SpitFyre Podcast because, well, it was actually B who brought us the idea. We wanted something. We realized we have 4 big personalities. We're all 4 fire signs, and that's a fun time. We have 2 Aries, which is B and Zai. Then you have the Leo, which is Robbiey. And then you have a Sag, the best sign out there. So we figured this would be a good way to sort of, connect with the community more. Have a podcast that people who sort of look like us have something they can turn to, listen to, and watch. Because we feel like we sort of connect with different people in different way. However, like even though we're all different, we sort of come together and it's like this amazing thing.
Definitely.
So yeah.
For sure.
And we're excited to get started. We're excited to get rolling. And from that point, B, do you want to say anything about the podcast?
I feel like for me, mostly it was definitely about bringing together not just a community in general, more like our community within our friend group. I feel like we're different than like a lot of the other people in Columbus that I've encountered. I feel like for us, we kind of care about opinions and about things that we want to do, and we actually want to bring each other up versus trying to compete with everything. And I feel like that's very common in every community, honestly. And I feel like we're just different when it comes to that. And I really wanted to bring something to the table that people can relate to and that people can look up to. We're not trying to take anyone's spot. We're really just bringing something different, something new, something fresh. And I feel like these guys are really the best group of guys to do this with. And we just happen to all be fire signs. And I get along with them well. I met Akii first, then I met Zai and Robbiey around the same time. And we kind of, honestly, we get along, and we all have thick skin, so we can joke around and nobody gets their feelings hurt. And I feel like that's important when it comes to, first off, a podcast, and then also just creating some type of community within each other.
Yeah, and I just feel like, honestly, for me, one of the big things that drew me to it is I feel that we already have so many like great conversations that, honestly, I wish a camera would have been set up for already. So when the idea was positioned to me of like, hey, do you guys want to like babble into a mic? I was like, yeah, I'm all for it because, as we should.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Also, I like to talk, so I'm not even going to hold you.
That he does.
I love to talk. It's very fun. I also have many opinions that I feel like everybody should hear. And that was also kind of like why I want to do a podcast. Like all of us had like the idea to sort of do a podcast or do another radio show, but like it just never worked out. Mostly because like everybody knows as Sages, we procrastinate on everything, so we get lazy. And we'll start 50 projects, not finish any of them. And I started multiple projects and didn't finish any of them. But so when B was like, hey, I have an idea for this podcast, I was like, you know what? Finally somebody who I know will actually force me.
Be in our ass.
Yeah. So that's why I sort of did it.
Robbiey?
I like to rant a lot on social media. So just really getting into different topics, nuanced topics. I mostly do social justice issues type of thing. But just having a new perspective on things and, a new idea, a new viewpoint. So, yeah.
It was silence. I'm just going to keep it a buck. It was silence. I don't know why it still went off. Well. So yeah, let's get into some questions. So we sort of answered like sort of why we wanted to do a podcast or what drew us to that.
I just thought about something. Why don't we say kind of what we're looking to get out of this for ourselves?
For sure.
I feel that's a good question.
Well,
Go ahead,
Robbiey.
Well, I don't, to get out of it, community, probably, for me. That would be community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think from a personal level, I think I lean towards more being a little bit introverted. So I feel like you know, kind of having to force myself into a public forum, it's going to kind of force me to be a little bit more ostentatious, gregarious, if you will. Just my personality, because I feel like I have a actually fairly big personality, but a lot of folk don't get to see it because I don't trust y'all. So these are some of my closest friends, so that's, you know, place where I feel most comfortable. So I feel like it's gonna be a great forum for me to kind of get out of my self. And then also I feel like we provide a great platform for people to relate. Like, I feel like there's literally something for everybody amongst all of us, and you know, see,
I think personally for me, what I want to get out of it is, I just think it's fun. And I think it's more like an outlet for me. Like I said, I like to share my opinions, but I feel like it's an outlet for me to like sort of share my opinions. So that way when people are like, why do you think the way you think? Because I know oftentimes I talk to people and I just jump from topic to topic and I'll just make connections. It'd be the random thing. But like, hopefully I'm hoping through this, people understand the way like this mind works. And they're like, okay, that's why he is. So yeah.
Okay. I feel like for me, I can agree with all three of you. I feel like for me overall, it's more like to kind of exercise and express my opinions more. I feel like I'm that person that has a lot of opinions, but I don't ever really share them. And I don't really, it's not that I don't think people care. It's just that I don't really care about a lot of people's opinions. So selfishly, I don't really want to share my own. If I'm sitting over here not caring what you want to say, why do you want to hear what I want to say? But I know people do. As you guys know, I own businesses and I don't really ever put myself out there when it comes to that type of stuff. I kind of just stick behind the brand and just kind of let the brand do what it does. And I feel like I've never been able to be vocal. And now that I'm turning 22 soon, I figured that it was very...
Happy belated, by the way.
Thank you. I thought it was very important for me in 24 just to do something that I want to do. I watch podcasts all the time, and I do think it'd be fun. And I do think that just hanging out, talking our shit, if you will. I don't know. I feel like it'd be I know. I feel like it'd be a good thing for all of us to get together and just communicate and talk about topics that we probably already talk about, but maybe I feel like in a setting like this, we can actually, have a good conversation, healthy conversation, and also people who can relate to us. Because I know that I can't relate to a lot of people. So I go out there looking for podcasts to be relatable for me. And I want to be that for someone else. Not to be cliche, but I feel like it's just kind of hard to find things these days. Everything is just so oversaturated that I wanted to bring something that's hard to find and make it easily accessible.
Real.
True that. And I mean, outside of Akii, has anyone else ever like dabbled into like podcast or even speaking in a public forum in that manner?
No.
Well, public forum, I feel like I've definitely I do like.
You was a TikTok girly for a good second.
Boy, he, him, yes. I feel like I've definitely done like public speaking and things like that, and I've done, workshops and been to like big libraries and just talked about plants and things like that. But I feel like when it comes to that stuff, it's more of a job for me, so I don't really feel like it's a freedom of speech, and I can't really be myself because people don't really want to hear the truth. When you're doing things like that, they want to hear what they already think is the truth.
What they're paying for you to come to.
Exactly, yeah. So if I tell them that plant is dead, or if I say, oh, well, you're doing that wrong, they're going to kind of tune me out and not really care to be there.
It's true, I've seen it.
Here, oh, yes, you did go to an event with me, yes. So I feel like with this, I can speak my truth, and it is what it is. If you don't like it,
don't tune in.
Yeah. Period.
But tune in, y'all. Please.
Yes, please tune in.
Podcasts are fun. I think one of the podcasts that we used to do, so when I was back in college, we had the radio station and I had a show on there, but we used to do a podcast at the end of the semester, which was like the best albums or the best songs of whatever by the end of the semester or the year. Normally we would do it for like the end of the year. And let me tell you, I used to go to war. I used to be debating about my faves down. Like I think one year I was able to get like Lemonade, A Seat at the Table, and Anti on that list of like the top 10 albums, and everybody was mad. Because like
Lemonade.
it's Beyonce. Yikes. Well, I put it on there because like,
Moving right along.
Yeah, because like I went to Kent State, and so like it has a really big like pop punk like scene. Like everybody loves pop punk. So like I was in there like on our radio station, and they was like, "Oh, you're just mainstream." I'm like, "So," and I was battling down, and I did it every single semester. I did it, and they hated me, and I was like, "But they still on that list though."
Oh, I want to touch on one more thing about the podcast.
Boom,
Another reason for me, like some of you guys may already know this, but when it comes to me and things that I do, normally the things that I end up doing on my own, I try to do it with someone else, or I try to be a part of someone else's venture. And with the podcast, I've reached out to numerous podcasts that are locally in Columbus to see if I'd be able to, be a guest on the show. And they take me through the ringer, they get my email, they get my phone number, and then they go quiet.
Oh.
So here we are.
And that's the Aries in you. Because
That's the Aries in me.
You don't help me, I'll help myself.
I did it myself, yeah. So, yeah, that's another reason for me doing a podcast.
No, truly, that's how you do it. Are there any topics that will be off limit in this podcast?
No.
That's
no, per se.
I won't name drop.
I don't name drop.
I will.
I don't care.
I will name drop, but it gives the context.
I feel like off limits, I feel like we have boundaries within each other.
Yeah.
So I feel like if there's a topic that somebody's not comfortable speaking on or being a part of, we don't want to make them uncomfortable. So maybe we will skip that, or maybe we'll skip them, or maybe it'll be planned where somebody can't be here for that. Because
for sure,
I'm big on boundaries, and I'm big on if somebody doesn't want to speak on something, stand on that, and we need to respect that as well.
Boom, boom.
Because I think it's important. But off limits, I feel like we're all pretty free spirit and open people. But I'm sure there will be something that might be triggering to one of us. So.
Well, even with while I understand our boundaries within each other, we can always discuss that offline. I also feel like if anybody has potential boundaries because we do ultimately want you all's questions to be thrown in eventually, maybe we should make that known to the viewer what we not talking about.
Ask me anything.
Quite literally. You can ask me anything. I'm going to answer it. And if I don't want to answer it, I'm just going to be like, I have no comment.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Boom.
Code word. I feel like I'm pretty open too, but I mean, I'll be getting in my mood, so we'll see.
Just don't break up my ex of 6 years and I'll be okay.
Oh. Well. Actually, leading to my next question. I'm joking. But yeah, no, I think sort of like what you all said, it's not like things are like going to be like off limits, but we respect boundaries. So if a topic comes up or something and someone does not want to be a part of that conversation, that is okay. If something's triggering, that is okay. We will respect that, and either talk about it at a time when that person is not there, or B, just not talk about it.
Definitely.
Absolutely. For me, what's another good one that we can get into? Let's sum up 2023 in just one word or one phrase. I'm open to it if it's a couple of words. Okay. For me, it is abysmal.
Abysmal.
Treacherous.
Mm-hmm.
One word.
Mm-hmm.
Eye-opening.
I'm finding it.
I'm finding it.
Because your 2023 was like eventful.
Eventful, awakening.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Finding it.
He finding it.
That's what it is. Eventful, awakening, tumultuous, but almost like a next step in evolution type of thing.
Okay.
Like evolving. You needed to go through some of the bull swanky to start this year off right. That's what I'm gonna say.
For me,
it is what it is.
For me, I feel like this is obvious, but without 2020, 21, 22, you couldn't have 23. So mine is a little more complex. I'm just a complex person in general, so I can't really speak on 23 as itself. But for me, I feel like it was a roller coaster. 2020 was an amazing year for me. So amazing. 21 was decent, it was decent. 22, 23, hell no. I feel like 23, I had a lot of down in 23. And I feel like it's definitely put my mental to where it is now in 24. So 23 was hard. 23 was hard for me on all levels. Relationships, rather it's platonic, friendships, family, business, physical health, mental health. I feel like it was a difficult time for me. So I guess that's the word, difficult. I don't think it really built me to be who I am today. I don't really see the point of 23 in terms of like making me stronger, building me up. But it was a year. It was a year.
That's real.
But I met you two in 23 though, so.
Right, so it was the best year of your life.
It was kind of a roller coaster for me. It kind of started off on a low, and then it got high, and then went low again, and then it got high.
It did start out low for you. I forgot about that.
Baby, we was out here, no job, just living life.
Woo.
We was out here, January,
your best life
no
though.
job. Low key,
Okay.
they
Come
had me
on.
out every weekend.
We was on a blast.
We had a blast, but then I was like, "Ooh, I'm broke," but I was still out there. And it was fun. Then I got a new job, and I was like, "Okay, we back." But then that job was in office, and I was like, "Oh." But then it got better, and I like sort of readjusted to actually like going to work and like being in the office and doing stuff. Because my last job before that was completely remote. Like I told people, like I was getting haircuts and going grocery shopping when I was working. Like ain't nothing like being paid to do your errands.
Woo.
But like, so yeah, adjusting back to that, and then yeah, I would say it was a roller coaster because then it got a little shaky, and then I went down again, but then we went up, and then December was just a hot ass mess, and I was like, all right, not my birthday month, but hey, we survived, and we're in 2024 now. Yeah,
Parts of us at least.
Real quick,
Yeah.
before we get go any further, we do also want to give a big shout out to our engineer Dan, who makes all this possible. Just kind of him helping us along this process.
absolutely.
For those of us that are new to the podcast scene, it's folk like him that really help us out with this. So we just want to make sure we didn't go too far without doing that.
Thank you, Dan.
Absolutely. Thank you. And I promise I did have my phone on silent, but I guess that does not count for like alarms. So yeah, my bad.
Well,
So, fellas, what do we feel in 2020? Well, I guess now 2020. 2024. Yes, it's 2024. In 2024, has anything jumped out to you so far that's been different than previous, or that you weren't expecting, rather?
For me, lately, my mental has been tarnishing. Like,
Oh no.
I don't
The good
know.
or the bad?
the worst.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with me, honestly, but yeah. That's like the only thing for me. But I mean, I'm still me at the end of the day. I think obviously I closed my store. So I
Okay.
think maybe that has something to do with it. I definitely feel like it was for the better, but now I'm feeling like I don't
Damn.
know. I just think, yeah. Maybe I'm just bored. I don't know. But like I just have anxiety, and that's been, that's been troubling me, and I've been going through it, but that's about it. But I mean, we're only a month in, so and it's my first time ever feeling like this too. So
Well, Megan said it best. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
I'm not
Thursday.
familiar
Bad
with
bitches
them.
have bad days too.
I don't.
Yeah.
sometimes this
trainer.
pussy's depressed. I mean,
The stallion. But yeah, no, that's real. But that is real. Like, that can be tough.
Yeah,
Trust me, I know. Because last year I was.
yeah. But it gets better.
It definitely does. For me, at least, my 2024 has been sensational. Like, I honestly have, everything's been on the upswing. I'm making more money than I was rather. Because I don't know about y'all, but this job market is ridiculous.
A hot mess.
Ridiculous.
Nasty.
I have never had to fight for obtaining secondary employment so hard in my life, but it finally came through, and we thank him. Even though it is not in an environment that
You typically find yourself in.
right. It's around a different demographic for sure, and it is definitely something that I am adjusting to. But it's been pleasant, and they listen to me, and they seem to actually like me there, so I'll take it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so, and I finally closed that chapter of my relationship. So that is also something new. I have not been single since 2016.
Oh.
More than 6 days. So
I'm screaming.
this has definitely been an adjustment for me.
It'd be like that though. I think for me, it's just like, I would say it's been interesting so far. Like I said, December was trash because it was like about the like personal family issues going on, but those seem to have sort of like finally mended themselves. So we like, yay. But I guess like more so in terms of like me trying to figure out like what it is that I exactly want to do. I will say this is the first year that I feel like really energized to like focus on like not just like my actual like not like my job in that career, but like my personal hobbies and those careers that I want to do. Like
That's important.
yeah, because I've always wanted to get back into DJing, and so like I've literally been like actually getting stuff together for Amazon and starting to order things. Got to get my computer fixed still, but you know we will eventually.
Still.
Yeah, you know I just been lazy about that. I just I hate to part with that money, but yeah. So that I've actually started like streaming again on Twitch. So I'm like, okay, like we actually care.
I know. I was excited to see that you doing that again.
I was too, yeah.
You know, it's a fun time, and I just like to play horror games and get scared. And I feel
You
like
said horror, by the way.
oh yeah,
Horror.
scary. I would say scary games. Sorry, sometimes my English is not the greatest.
He's not
But
funny.
yeah,
Ebonics is his
not.
first language.
You know. But yeah, so I would say it's been interesting, and I will say I feel very energized to invest within myself instead of investing into like others.
I
if
love
that
that.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
And when I say I don't mean like not investing in my friends, because I will always invest within my friends and my family, but like not investing into different like companies, orgs, different things like that. That's like, yeah, I know I have to do this work, but like remember invest in yourself as well. So yeah,
That's important, whether you're working or not. Like invest in yourself. Like you have to.
And I think something that I've been super immensely proud of each one of you on is that I feel like whether it came through like turmoil or y'all going through a really bad patch before this, like all of you have been really choosing to like choose yourself, be it like, be like you choosing to kind of focus more on your own thing, closing the shop, Robbiey, you and your own ordeals as far as like, just, really focusing on yourself. And like you said, Akii, with different things.
I missed the shade too.
Because I wasn't being shady. That's the problem. And I will preface this now.
Oh,
y'all will think I will
okay.
being shady a few times, and I'll really be trying to pour into my sisters. But let that be the last time I ever show any of these ragamuffins. I'm proud of them. In fact, I hope the rest of y'all's 2024 is terrible.
Rebuke it. For me, what happened? Let's see. December was dookie. January dookie. But like this past week, I don't know what it is coming out of the depressive episode. I always feel like I'm like a phoenix. I don't know, like a phoenix rising. I'm just like,
come on, Jean
I saw
Grey.
your post.
Bam.
I was like, okay, I see.
See
I'm
it.
just
Jean
like
Grey out here?
bam, 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 bam. So I think I'm gonna try to carry that as far and ride that wave as long as possible. So
Real.
and then like, are we getting into like what are we 2024? Well, what you got for 2024? What you got planned for 2024?
I'm not planning nothing.
Oh well, mine was to be a little bit more mean. And if you know me, you know what I say when I say that. But if you don't, mean is like more like
A backbone.
Boom.
there's the shade.
But
But it's true.
I will say
Just like more boundaries, saying no more people pleasing, stuff like that.
bro.
Not to go back to like the former Robbiey, but finding balance between the love and light Robbiey and the Robbiey that'll take it there with you. So just doing that.
Because not everybody deserves that like sweetness.
Most
part
of these,
you.
most of these people don't. Almost as if most of them don't. Most of them don't. Most of them don't. Let me not.
But that's real because like I would say like I ain't gonna hold you. I'm a people pleaser down. I think it's a Sag thing. Like that's why like people like where you want to go to eat. I don't know. I'm gonna let you choose everything. I don't care. And mostly because I'm like if I pick and it's nasty, I don't want the fault. Like, I'm like, oh, well, Akii pick. No, Akii ain't do nothing. I don't want the accountability for that. So, yeah. But, like, I people please a lot. And so I really had to start learning, like, okay, stop people pleasing and let me start putting myself first. I think you have a backbone. I've seen it. You know, I've seen it in action. But I do think that oftentimes, like, after you use that backbone, you give a lot of people grace. Whereas I'm the type of person, if I have to go there with you, then, like, don't even look at me.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Whereas you like, it's okay, we're friends now. And I'm like, oh, no.
Or always trying to see the good.
Yeah.
Always trying to see the good.
Delusionally optimistic. Always trying to see the good in people and situations. Some
That's
of these
me.
people
My
are
sister has a
horrid.
bleeding heart, and she thinks y'all are the best people. And I be trying to tell her, y'all are awful.
I'm learning now.
Horrible.
Terrible.
Disgusting.
And believe you the first time.
Believe you the first time.
Anybody else? 2024 goals?
I just want to make more money. I'm really
Real.
I know America has it against me, but
They hate us.
oh my God, they hate it so bad. But yeah, they really don't. I just really want to be able to bless those around me. Like, it's crazy, honestly, because the first thing I think about if I ever like won the lottery or hit something, like I would probably pour into y'all before I pour into my own family. But that's a different topic for a different day. You know, love those who love you.
Boom.
But yeah, I just want to necessarily, I want to necessarily just have a better year than I did previously. I think that's always just my goal with anything, is to be better, kinder, more evolved than my previous self. And I was actually fairly proud of a lot of the self-work I did last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually fighting to try to say what else can I do? Like, I mean, I'm kind of at the tip now.
Boom. I just think my goal is the same. Like, continue just to like invest in myself. One of the goals is I say this every year, and every year Planet Fitness look at me when I step outside that building. They like, oh, here they go again, about to fail again. But like, one of my goals is to actually like get this body together. Like, I just really feel like I deserve that. I just need it for a good I just need a nice body for a good 1 year, and then it can go back to being whatever.
You'd
But
be dangerous with like dangerous.
I just feel like I'd be dangerous. I feel like I could break some necks. And so that is one of my goals. And I think another one of my goals is just to get out of the house some more. Because I like staying in the house. I love staying in the house and watching TV and watching scary movies and playing video games. Like, shoot, I'm not even going out now. You know, that's what I'm saying. But then like on weekends, everybody's like, you need to go out more. And I'm like, no. But yeah, I think, you know, I'm off to a good start. You know, I'm on my cleanse, so I'm not consuming any alcohol currently. Yeah, someone is, but I mean, it's okay because January is basically over if you think about it.
Not yet.
Hey, I'm trying again in February. Again, part of that prosperity I was speaking of, I got a new job at a brewery, so I'm not well versed in beer, so I had to start drinking beers to get like the flavor profiles, and at that point it was a sticky. Do you?
You know, I love a good.
You
Blue
know,
Moon.
you love a little
Blue Moon,
whatever
a
that thing
Corona, a
You-
Modelo.
You're a Bruce.
I like a nice stout.
Wow. Okay, well you got to come through because we have a real nice triple IPA, a nice.
Okay,
little,
see, that's where you lose me. I don't do IPAs.
You'll do the one we got because I don't do IPAs either, and it's actually really solid.
Okay, bet.
So my 24. So back to me. My 24. I feel like for me, I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty dramatic right now. Obviously with my mental state. So mine is just to find happiness, find peace within myself. I've always been a solitary person, but I feel like I want to bring people in and embrace them because I find myself in my darkest moments, obviously still alone, but I put myself there. So it's kind of like hard to let somebody in. So I feel like for me, I'm trying to embrace people more, not be so. I am a very judgmental person.
Well, yes.
Blissfully and blissfully though. I'm not like judgmental in like a negative sense. I'm judgmental in like, okay, well I wouldn't do that, and I'm not a fan of that, or I don't want to be friends with somebody, or I don't want to talk to somebody that does that because that's not what I would do, or are they going to judge me because they do this and I don't do that? And I think I overanalyze and overthink about everything. I've always been that way. That's just part of my way of just coping with everyday life. I've been doing my own thing since I was 19, literally on my own. And I feel like that's all that I've really known. And now that I'm, again, about to be 22, I feel like it's important for me to bring people in and kind of build that like community and friendship and family even, because I don't have much of a family. My family is very small and all of my family has kids and I can't really relate to them. And I'm big on being relatable and relating with people and things in general. And I feel like I can't relate with my family. I didn't really, bring my friends in as much as I should have, but I've always had my own, things going on and working all the time. So I feel like for me, 24 is just, again, being happy, finding that peace, and just, I already do what I want to do all the time. So I can't even say do what I want to do because it's going to be me regardless. So I think it's just finding that like peace and happiness and just embracing people a little more, because I am very standoffish and I know I'm not very inviting looking. And that's just who I am. I'm not an inviting person at all. So it's like, I need to work on that though, but I can't work on my face. Like, it is what it is. And if you're intimidated or if you just think I'm mean, I don't really care, but I want to be nice to the people that I think deserve it. Which again, that's just judgment. I don't know. Yeah.
I'm going to speak as somebody who had a brief stint of like working directly underneath Bee. I will say this from Aries to Aries. I think Bee is being a bit hard on himself. He's actually a big sweetie. I think sometimes that maybe potentially you do have a tough shell, but that's kind of at the work of the other person to want to get through that. Like, just because maybe they have to do a little bit more effort to get to know you or get effort to see who you are doesn't necessarily make that a fault of your own. I feel like that's the fault of the other person, because I mean, the material is there, whether or not they can kind of see through that and really kind of choose to get to know you at that point. That's a you thing. I've only experienced that with myself, because there's a lot of like, I rub a lot of the girls the wrong way myself, and I used to take that in internally of just like, oh, what can I do differently to make myself like more palatable to folk, or like people see me and like want to speak to me or want to X, Y, and Z, and at the end of the day, you really just can't worry about these people, about how they feel and how they think.
That's what I'm saying. I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't care what they think or how they think of me, but I want to be, for myself, I want to embrace people more and like, find friends or find good things within them. Because I just think I'm very judgmental. Like, you can literally walk in the room and do nothing wrong, and I'm like,
what's wrong with that though?
I don't think that's healthy. Because look at me, I'm all by myself.
You're not.
Truly.
I can be judgy.
I am.
Though.
I'm extremely judgmental.
I'm very judgmental.
But
I can tip through.
You two also embrace people. Like, you guys go places, people. You're a people pleaser, as you said, or you used to be. And I think you like attention.
Recovering.
Oh, well. You do like attention. You get it. You receive it regardless, but you do like attention. Yeah. So for me, I can walk into a room and not care about anything or anybody, but that's not healthy. Because I feel like you should want to make eye contact. You should want to communicate. Like, you're out for a reason. Like, I take myself out and I would go these things and I'm just like, I want to be here, but I could do without y'all.
Real.
And that's not healthy.
I like people.
I don't.
When I go out.
But I also might be on the spectrum, so that could be that too.
I mean, I like people when I go out to the point where when we're out, we can be cool. But sometimes that's where it needs to end.
That's real.
I get where you're coming from, because like I used to always, like, not gonna lie, I used to always be told like, oh, I thought you were standoffish the first time I met you. Or I thought you were stuck up, or like I always got told I had like really bad resting bitch face. I can't help it. Sometimes I just
be quiet.
Like, like, and so like I did notice, like, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, when I would go out, like, and meet up with Robbiey and stuff. Like, Robbiey has a ton of people who come up to him and say hi, all that. Robbiey, like fighting to say hi. Which
I
cool.
don't know what they talking about.
The way they do that, as soon as they do that, I quite literally just be on my phone like.
Because have y'all ever seen that scene from Nemo where the seagulls is like mine?
Literally,
but make it like Robbiey.
Like it's like. And or like they'd be looking at you funny because they think you talking to Robbiey or something. Baby. And the whole time you're like, oh, we're friends. Or like, I just can't.
I bought this man a drink and it's like, y'all fucking. I was like, oh,
we're quite literally just friends.
That is my sister. That is incest.
And then the people who do that, I don't even be looking at them.
Boom. and that is what gets me. I'm joking, but no, like, so yeah, I get where you're coming from because like I oftentimes go in rooms or I'm somewhere I'm like I really don't want to be here or like this is fun, but I don't have to be around y'all. I now like force myself to smile. Like I try to do like a nice little happy face, like I do that. That's my corporate wave. Everybody loves it. They're like, oh my God, he's so nice and inviting. And the whole time I'm like, I want to go home. Cause like the way this social battery will drain in like a second. And I'd be like, oof, I need to be back home. So yeah, I get where you're coming from. It's okay.
I was told by a close friend that apparently when I like compliment people or like try to interact with people, it doesn't come off as like, what's so funny? It doesn't come off like
I was told
friendly. Like
no, I can agree. I feel like you do that often, actually. I'll give an example.
Wow.
I love your shoes. I wouldn't have worn those that outfit or those socks.
Oh, bitch,
but the color is it. The color is it.
He's never gone that far, but his compliments are very one note, monotone, very much.
Dry.
Where I would be like, "Okay, you wearing that? That's a nice shoe. That's a nice shirt. Here's him, nice shirt."
Mind you, I think when I'm
like,
saying it said like him the first time. Like I think I'm going like, yes, babe, like
That's
you
good
eating
work.
it.
No,
It'd be funny because it really do. I'm not gonna lie. It really do. Like, I really like that color in that shirt. That'd be it.
And that's just crazy because to me, I feel like if I'm like, oh my God, you're killing it, that comes off as fake. That comes off as me being disingenuous. Like I'm not about to. Yes, you're eating, but like
I'm eating you up. I'm joking.
And I'm in sweats. So like, I can't like I genuinely mean the compliment, but I'm not going to like take a page out of Nikki's book and like kiss your ass for you to feel that way. Like,
boom. I get you though because like I feel like I'm like the same way. Like I'm not saying like I don't think I'll be mean, but I'll be like, oh, I like your shoes. And that's the compliment.
And mind you, they think it's shade.
And I'm like, no, I actually like those shoes. Like, cause my mom always taught me I was like, never be afraid to give somebody a compliment because like, you know, she was like, she showed me that. My father was the same way. Like, don't be afraid to compliment people. Like, you know, so I would tell people, I'm like, oh, I like your shoes or, oh, I like that shirt or whatever. But sometimes they'd be like, do you really? I'm like, no, yeah. Because just because like you said, cause I'm like, oh, that shirt is fire, bro. Where you get it from? Da, 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 da. I'm like,
I'm not about to fall out about it. But my whole thing is just like, cause me personally, I feel like insecure people feel bad about complimenting people about things because it's like me, like I too am a bad bitch. I have no problem telling a fellow bad bitch that they're a bad bitch, and like that doesn't make me any less of one. That doesn't make you any more of one. Like we can both coexist. We can both be in the space of bad bitchery together. There's enough to go around.
I get it.
Mean girls can't do that.
They can't. It's kind of like that thing. My favorite meme was like that girl who's like telling the story or something about this guy she was talking to, and he was talking to another girl, and I forget, but I just remember she'd be like, "The girl wasn't ugly. She wasn't ugly, but she wasn't me." And it's like I'm giving you your things, but you're still not me, and that's okay. It's like both equally. We both equally couldn't, but like
don't want to be, but.
If you are the one that you think that you are, you never have to step in a room and look down on people or
and announce yourself or
be
something.
negative to people or anything like that. If you really are one of them ones, you one of them ones regardless.
Yeah,
so,
we saw that. We saw that in action.
Hey,
we saw it in action. Robbiey just walked through and was just himself. Hey, like he didn't even say like hey everybody. He just talked like, oh hi, how are you? Da 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 da. Next thing you know, somebody mad.
Oh
yeah,
hot.
I'd be oblivious to something.
Well, you know, like
that'd be the funniest thing. You go out with this girl and she's just having a ball, just
I'm having a ball and
there's
you mad,
someone simmering in the corner,
seething.
Or this person like he think and it's just like the
you
way
think
this,
you all that. What?
I didn't even do anything.
This young woman is having a great time.
A ball, a blast, and you're mad. And I can't help that. I can't help your.
Let him do his job.
I'm not a psychiatrist, psychologist, therapist. I can't help you.
People be fighting their childhood trauma and don't even know it.
That really be it. Boom.
Bless your
Your
heart.
mother didn't love you. That's not my
Bless your
fault.
heart, beloved. Bless your heart.
I'm not gonna lie. I do hate though. Like, okay, so like the whole mother-in-law, because I get that. Because I remember growing up, I used to get bullied a lot. Or people tried to bully me. But when I like first moved here.
How is that?
What, getting bullied? It's funny.
Horrible.
It's funny.
Looking back, it's funny as hell.
Because it's like, you're bullying me But well, they think they're bullying me, and I'm like, okay, because I'm the type of person like I can take a lot and just ignore it. But then when I finally snapped, and I was like, all right, so what you want to do? Then all of a sudden it was like, it's not even that deep, bro. Yeah, no, it's not deep because you about to get.
Exactly.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
It wasn't a joke.
Like, yeah, now I brought your grandmother out the grave. Now you want to back off. I gave you opportunity to leave this alone.
What was Kiki, that is low.
No, because I feel like people oftentimes it's like, oh, it's not that deep. It's like if you want to be funny, we're gonna be hilarious.
Right.
Like, let's go ahead and put on the stand-up show. So
Have a heart.
yeah.
And I'm a firm believer of like, you don't get to dictate how people respond to what you do. Like if you go to hypothetically shoot me and you miss and I decide to run you over with a car, you can now be like, whoa, that's like, an eye for an eye. No, it's like, for me, it's like eye for a kidney or eye for a internal spinal
Not a
cord.
kidney.
Like, I'm not going to match energy in that capacity because at the end of the day, you should have just left me alone. You quite literally could have avoided all this if you left me alone.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Like, for one, I'm big on revenge.
Oh.
And people always, you just don't need to get it. Oh, yes, I do. I'm going to get it whether you know it or not. Usually mine is like really behind the scenes. I'm not going to slash it.
See, I say
I love a little quiet
let
get back.
God and let go.
No.
Like,
I wonder how the cops found me.
They be taking, the universe, karma, all that stuff be taking too long sometimes. So I got to really snap it to you real quick. And then they can come and get theirs, but I'm going to get mine.
That's real though.
I don't care how
I've
long
never
it takes to
never
get
done
back.
revenge. I don't
Really?
I can't. I've never done revenge. I've been through some stuff, and I've never done revenge, like, ever.
baby.
Sorry.
That's real.
You got to. You got to do that for you die. That's
have
good stuff.
I feel like I just
Gotta
don't
get it
have
off
it
your
in me.
chest.
I don't need it. Like, I feel like that's just one more thing for me to. Again, I overthink it. Like, it's one more thing for me to think about and feel bad about, and then I do something revengeful, and then I'm like, okay, now I got to make up for that somehow, some way.
That's real. But like,
I'll donate to a charity or something.
I guess my thing is like, I'm sort of like that, like the whole like let go, let God, but like I'm still gonna get you. It's like I don't think mine's just too crazy. Like, say you say something real slick to me, I'm gonna say something slick back, or I might just go in on you. But then I'm good. But no,
But what
for
if that's
sure.
what they want though? They want you.
But
to
they do
react.
that. But then I ignore it. I ignore that.
Just like the whole thing that we talked about before, like blocking somebody, you're giving them that energy and showing them that they actually got into your skin, and now you're blocking them.
well, I block you because I don't want to.
Like, I'm not saying like
Maybe
you
my
shouldn't, but
pride's
that
not
was
that strong.
that was a topic like a month ago. Like, should you block people, or are you showing them that
Yes.
Because then, like, what if you unblock them? Then, like, are you letting them?
I don't unblock.
Like,
Yeah, I'm saying, you're never
I
getting
don't
back.
unblock.
We don't do parole.
If you want to unblock, you got to cash at me $250. And I don't even mean you're gonna be able to follow me again. Like you have a fee, just like just like I have to pay them parking tickets. You gonna have to pay that blocking fee.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, but like I feel like I don't necessarily do revenge, but I do revenge. Like I get you back, like and it won't be something like major. It's like I'll wait, and then like say it's something you need, like my car just broke down. Like if you could please, like I know we got beef. Oh, good luck, and I'm driving off. Like one way or another, I'm gonna get my lick back, and you're gonna hate it.
I have done a lot of therapy and self-work to no longer be where I used to be, but I used to be bad with
That's fine.
revenge. Like it wasn't even like, I'm talking cinder blocks to the back of the window, doors off the hinges, Monica very much vibes. Like
I'm
Kick
not
down
that
the doors and smack the
that
shit.
extreme.
yeah, no, I used to be really, really bad, and I was like, this is gonna end me up in jail. So let me not.
So I feel like my revenge is just looking unfazed. I'm good at like not looking concerned or phased about stuff.
I'm okay with looking
It was
crazy.
a tweet the other day. Saying, I'm so bad at hiding how I feel. If I have that to everybody in the room gonna know.
That used to be me growing up in my house. Like, well, I didn't make everybody have a bad day, but say I was feeling something, and I would walk in the house. My mom would be like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Nothing." "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Nothing." I could tell by your face. I thought I had the best poker face. She'd be like, "Oh no, it's all over. You toe up. What happened?"
Y'all get me hip to that. I have a horrible poker face.
Yeah,
I
you
think
do.
I thought I'd just be like, don't nobody know. And then this
I catch it every time.
quick to be like, you all right? And I'm like, I'm fine. It's like,
No, you're not, baby.
your eyes going crazy. You over here looking at everybody stupid. I'm like,
B has a good poker face because B
Very.
does this thing where he just looks deadpan. Like it's just like
but it's honestly, if you know B, then you
you
know.
know,
that
like you know,
it's
because
not.
like
It's really not as like as you would think. But like, yeah.
I have Sorry.
Oh, no, I was gonna say because sometimes I remember like we were exchanging looks. You would look at me and be like, and I'm like,
Right.
okay, yeah.
I feel like I want to touch on this question. So, I just lost the cap. What the heck? Oh yeah. So what have you learned about yourself recently? I think that's a good question.
I had an answer to that too. Oops, sorry.
What have I learned about myself?
I can be a tad bit codependent.
That's real.
Mm-hmm.
On what? No, that was not trying to be funny. I like
Because it was the same.
It was the stare.
I thought you were going deeper into it.
Oh no, just like I can be a tad bit codependent. I think I rely on I can do bad all by myself, but I'm a force when we're together. I feel like it's definitely. Truthfully, right into God, I did not realize how bad it was until after I closed that chapter of my half a decade relationship, to where I was like, I guess I don't really be alone. And I realized there's a lot of things that I need to like work on in regards to, mitigating some of those responses and just being content with self.
That's real.
What I have figured out on my love and light journey from when I moved to Columbus 2020. So on my love and light journey, I think I subconsciously turned up the people pleasing like 1,000. And so just realizing like to turn it way down. That's what is the main work on 2024.
What I learned about myself. Wow. I learned that, I'm joking.
It is what it is.
That's a word.
I will say that what I learned about myself is, and I've been learning this my entire life, low key, but like I learned like little bits and pieces more. How do I say this?
I'm that bitch.
Boom. But no, I feel like one of the things I learned about myself is that my walls are insane. And when I say that, I mean emotional walls, baby. Emotional walls. That is crazy. You see, because like, why would you think
is
that?
crazy.
But no, like I feel like I have a lot of
Jericho ain't got nothing on
Tumbling down.
But I feel like I have a lot of barriers, a lot of fences and stuff, and I have a lot of walls up. And like, it's funny because like I would like one time somebody told me like stop building a wall, like build a fence, and like I tried that. And then it didn't work. So I was like, well, let me get this wall back up here. So like my walls, like I really have to. I guess I had to talk to myself and be like, I need to learn how to be okay with getting hurt or being let down or being disappointed, whether it is from like a romantic partner, a friend, family, whether it's like sort of like maybe myself, because like I always felt like I like to do everything, if that makes sense. Like I like to have everything, so that way if something goes wrong, whatever, I'm okay with being disappointed in myself. Like, I flopped that. But if I have to be disappointed in somebody else, it eats at me because it's like I trusted you.
Hyper independence.
Yeah. So like I'm trying to learn to like let that go.
Are you your mom's oldest?
No, I'm her youngest. I'm the
Really?
baby of the
That's
family.
Vulnerability is a superpower.
Yeah, no, it's crazy because I hate it. I don't like it.
It
Bro, I be
sucks,
crying.
but
I don't care.
It's not fun.
For me, I feel like what I learned, I feel like, I don't know, I for me, it's like two things. I can relate to all three of you as well. Like I can relate to the whole people pleasing. I can relate to the whole, what'd you say again?
I don't know.
No.
Codependent.
Yes,
Codependent,
because I feel like
yes.
for me, I was a codependent person because I had a very long relationship as well. And then also when it comes to, what'd you say?
You
Having
competing
walls.
with me?
Yes, my walls are like crazy too.
Mhm.
Like I'm not a very vulnerable person at all. But most of all for me, I feel like I'm not as strong as I thought I was. And that's huge. That's a huge lesson that I've learned. For me, I've always, again, done my own thing. I've done my businesses by myself, sole proprietor, LLC, single member. And that's kind of how we are here
Tokyo
today.
Tony Trucking.
That's kind of why we are here, because I wanted to do something, a venture with like, people. I've never had partners in anything in my life. Even when I dated people, I feel like they weren't really like, my partner. I feel like it was kind of like them and me. And this is my first time actually doing something that is a partnership. And I'm very proud of myself. And I learned that I do need people and that I'm not so bad as I thought I was by myself. I think I do need a community. I do need soldiers with me as well. I can lead myself anywhere, and I will get there, but it's about staying there and about having that stability and, having that structure too. And I feel like for me, that's very important these days because, again, I'm about to be 22, and I feel like it's very important to, just be satisfied with where you are, but still be able to work harder.
That's true.
And I think, I don't know, that's just what I've learned is that I'm not as strong as I thought I was, and that I need people. So here we are.
You just touched on something that I also learned about myself, and you said like work harder. I also realized like career wise, I don't know, maybe it's because maybe I figured I'm not as passionate, but like I realized that I'm like very much content with like never being in charge of anything. Like I like when people are like, oh, you're like, so you can get to the next level in your career. And I'm like, actually, I just want to be able to put all my bills on auto pay and I'll be fine. And even if that means like, I'm not even like at most I could do I could be manager of like a single thing.
Maybe.
Supervisor. Yeah. But I don't want to be a director, the head of a department, anything. I just want to be able to put all my bills on auto pay and not worry about when they come out. And like, I've always been fine with that. And so I was like, is that because like maybe I'm not passionate about the work I do, or is it because I'm just like, I've always been more of like a go with the flow type of person.
So what are some topics that sorry, what were you about to say?
Nothing.
Okay. What are some topics that we are excited to talk about on this podcast?
Nikki and Megan.
Dating in this scene.
I'm excited to talk about unpopular opinions because I have a lot of them, and I feel like my unpopular opinions are like, they're insane, but I have them.
I am excited to address,
predators.
Well, we took a turn.
Well, no, I'm just excited to just kind of the same thing as Akii. Like, I want to address those things that like are taboo or just, people shy away from because it's just like, oh, we're going to get canceled or, oh, we're going to get No, we need to have those talks. I think there's a lot of things that are not discussed that should be discussed because people are afraid of having those tough conversations. And I'm not. Like, I want to tell you guys that some of you do need therapy and some of you are the messed up ones in the relationship. And I feel like, I
also want to tell you guys that some of you weaponize therapy.
Boom. Or weaponize being a victim, or weaponize your gaslighting, or a number of things
Weaponize
that
Allegedly.
Ain't no alleged. Okay.
Factually. Yeah, so I think there's a lot of topics I'm excited to talk about. Like I said, this is just episode 1, and I feel like the sky's the limit. I feel like we're going to just be coming with more and more heat as time comes on. This is just really us getting our feet wet, but I think...
You asked. So I'm excited to talk about... I'm excited before the time runs out. I'm excited to talk about, I think relationships are very important to talk about because a lot of people who watch or listen to podcasts, let's admit it, they are pretty much lonely people or people who are listening from the car.
Wow.
In that moment, you're not listening to a podcast at a party, let's face it. So you are by yourself in that moment. So I think that when you listen to a podcast, you're listening to a podcast for a reason. Rather it's, leaving what you're doing and wanting to just kind of, I guess, translate an emotion through voice or video. Like for me, I watch podcasts to either educate myself, to get away from something, or to just kind of learn more about someone else's opinion, popular and unpopular. So for me, I definitely want to talk about relationships. I want to talk about things that I know about that people may not know about, because I think regardless of how you feel about something, people are going to take your word for it. People are going to come and listen to us or watch us, and they're going to hear what we say, and they're going to investigate it. They're going to see if it works for them, and they might want to try it. Or you might say, hey, I'm a person who is I like to please people, but it doesn't work for me and I'm unhappy doing that. And they might be, oh crap, I can relate to that. Or like me, I was a person that had everything I ever wanted and it wasn't enough for me. And I'm starting back at zero again. So it's okay to be a people pleaser and want to, fight for yourself. It's okay to have everything and start over again. It's okay to have 2 jobs. It's okay to have a job that you hate, but you're good at it, so you do it. And I just feel like people can relate to that stuff. Like, honestly.
No, it's true.
No, it's true. And
that can be educational for some people.
It can be.
For sure.
I also do want to talk about the Megan.
I don't think y'all are lonely.
Well, I don't mean lonely in the sense that they don't have any. Lonely to me doesn't mean you don't have anybody, because obviously I have you guys, but I still feel lonely. So I think lonely
Bee
is
wanna cuddle, Bee?
subjective. I don't. I hate
Big
that.
spoon or little spoon?
I can't do it.
I
don't
like
like
to be
cuddling?
alone. It's fun.
I adore
I
being
love
alone.
being alone. It's like I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get home. I'm about to do this, do that, do that.
And be
Like,
by myself.
I be in my room, like front door shut, locked, room door shut, locked. I just be in that thing,
Drawers off.
literally just relaxing.
Spaghetti on the stove, like. Whoa.
But yeah, well, since we're about to like wrap up very soon, I guess we can go around and say where people can like sort of find you at on your socials and get to learn about you more. So let's start with B.
Again, my name is Bee. I go by Bee Yelo. You can find me at Bees in the Trap on all of my social medias. Just kidding. Bee Yelo. That's BeeYelo. That is almost a Tinder. That's TikTok,
Jesus.
Instagram, Twitter. I think that's it. And OnlyFans.
Period.
Yes, and the OnlyFans is heat. You must know.
Top tier.
No
Top tier.
OnlyFans. That's a joke. That's a joke.
I was a
That's
co-star.
Whoa. Co-star is crazy.
Both of us.
Even crazier.
Well, we doing what we got?
Your handle.
Your socials, baby. Your
Robbiey.
socials.
So my Instagram is Robbiey _ ROBBIEY _
Real.
That's the only one y'all getting.
Truthfully, Instagram. You will never see my Twitter. I have my original Twitter from 2010, and you will not have me out of here. You can try, but Instagram is Zaya Angelou. Spell it as you see fit. If you find me, great. If you don't,
Real. What's up? It's Akii again. And you can find me on Instagram at Akii.tbh. That is AKII.tbh. It's a fun time. I love it. You will not be getting that Twitter because was a troll at one point. So you're not getting it. But yeah.
to this day.
To this day, low key. Minch is a mess right now. But yeah. That's me.
And this has been SpitFyre.
This is the SpitFyre Podcast.
Yes. Thank you guys for listening or watching wherever you are. We appreciate you. Be sure to stay tuned for more episodes because we are doing this weekly and we're excited about it. We do have a website that'll be up as well. And you can also find our Patreon and our social media. Everything is at SpitFyre Podcast. We forgot to mention that actually.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
That is true.
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. That's SpitFyre Podcast.
SPYT.
And we will, just
is
to kind
it?
of give you guys a little
Oh.
clickbait for next episode, we will be touching base on the Megan Nikki situation.
We
Perhaps.
will.
Yes,
We
yes,
will.
yes.
But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, peace.